Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, July the 29th, 2024. Now, next Sunday, August the 4th, is going to be a new moon in Leo. So there's a new moon every 4 weeks. The new moon sets a new intention for those next several weeks in our lives. Now, the last week before the next new moon is a winding down and wrapping up and bringing closure. It is best not to be initiating really important new projects because you're swimming against the stream. It'll be the following week in August, however, to start new projects. However, Mercury will be retrograde. So I'll discuss that at the end of this session. So on Monday, the 29th, the moon is in calming, steady, grounding Taurus. By mid-morning Pacific time, the moon, once every 28 days, will cross over unpredictable, exciting Uranus, mid-morning. Moon Uranus can bring in sudden emotional upsets, surprises, can also trigger a lot of excitement. Now, the moon will leave Taurus, steady Taurus, and go into Gemini, 2:28 p.m. Pacific time for the next 2.5 days. When the moon is in Gemini, we're more curious, we're more restless, we're running errands, we're more talkative, we're even talking about our feelings rather than, being in our feelings. But by mid-afternoon, after the moon goes into Gemini, it's going to be trining the best flow of energy to profound Pluto. This would be a very favorable hour or two for really deep, in-depth conversations or meditations or counseling. It's our need, that emotional need, to really explore the inner part of our lives. On Tuesday, the moon's in Gemini all day long. So again, a lot of running around, a lot of correspondence, a lot of mental busyness. By mid-afternoon, the moon in Gemini will cross over expansive Jupiter in Gemini. So for an hour or two, you could be feeling really optimistic and really upbeat. This could be favorable for making travel plans or going or heading to the train station, the airport. Jupiter also represents education and publishing and marketing. So this could also be a very favorable day to update your website or any online business. On Wednesday, as the moon continues in flexible, adaptable Gemini, late morning, like 11 a.m. or so, Pacific time, the moon will be in harmony with Venus. This is a very social energy, a very loving, creative energies. Now, the moon continues in Gemini until 8:19 p.m. when it goes into Cancer. Gemini is this more excitable, flexible, curious, mental energies. But at 8:19 p.m. Pacific time, when it goes into Cancer, the general public tone tends to be more reflective, instead of like running all over the neighborhood with the moon in Gemini, wanting to stay closer to home, closer to family. That Cancer energy is a lot more nurturing, family-oriented. And on Thursday, August the 1st, the moon, as it continues in Cancer, that'll be the dominant theme because the moon's not making any aspects to other planets. There aren't any other planetary events. That moon in Cancer could just be this much more caring, nurturing energies. On Friday, the moon continues in emotional, bonding, family-oriented Cancer, but pleasure-seeking and romantic Venus will be squaring this exciting tension to unpredictable Uranus. Now, Venus-Uranus, and we're going into the weekend, so it's on Friday, there could be this, an unexpected invite to a party. There might, and with Venus to Uranus, there could be an unexpected sudden infatuation and attraction. It is really favorable to hanging out with friends, socializing, networking, and having a really good time. If you're in a relationship and it's been having some problems, that Venus and Uranus could certainly trigger a big upset. Now, on Saturday, the 3rd, the moon leaves Cancer, emotional, nurturing Cancer, and goes into fiery, creative Leo at 4:09 a.m. Pacific time. There's no other planetary events on Saturday the 3rd, so the dominant theme is Leo. Plus, on Sunday, the next day, will be the new moon in Leo. Leo is all this dynamic, extroverted, creative, romantic energies. So the new moon on Sunday, it brings a surge of creativity, confidence, and a desire for self-expression. All these qualities of Leo, where you're setting your attention in those areas for the next 4 weeks. It's a time of setting bold intentions, pursuing your passions, and embracing one's inner light. However, Mercury, communication discerning Mercury, is going retrograde in Virgo, and there's going to be a need for cautious and to be meticulous, the qualities of Virgo. Mercury goes retrograde, giving more misunderstandings, miscommunications. You've heard this mantra. You don't want to sign contracts. You don't want to make promises because you don't have all the information. And now, it's going to be retrograde from August the 4th to August the 28th. And that new moon is bringing this surge of more extroverted, creative, bold energies. But with Mercury in retrograde starting at the same time, communication issues, misunderstandings, and delays can arise, particularly in areas requiring attention to detail, the quality of Virgo. This combination encourages balancing fiery enthusiasm of the Leo new moon with careful planning of the Mercury in Virgo, making it an ideal period for revisiting and refining, that's all the retrograde energies, of creative projects, ensuring they align with practical considerations. That's the Virgo quality. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.